Hello everyone, good evening. Oh well, good afternoon, based on where you are. I mean, for me, it's a good evening. I hope all of you are doing well. Breaking news! Chelsea are signing. Absolutely nobody. And we're gonna get into it all. And we're going to see out the transfer window. So these are gonna come on, as we gotta relax the eyes. And we have got an hour and a half left of the window. And we're going to spend the entire hour and a half here. We'll see what transpires. We'll see what goes down. I'm hearing George on the other end is ordering Indian curries with loads of spice. I don't know if he's looking to get killed or something, but has he had a curry in Dubai before? Listen, George, mate, you better just cancel the order. If not, we're going to get a here we go, and that's George straight to his toilet tomorrow morning. Maybe not even in the morning, maybe straight after with the window shuts. But anyway, it's going to be well, I'd like to think it's going to be an interesting end to the window. And I'm keeping up to date with everything as it comes in. So as news comes in, don't worry. We're going to get minute to minute. Minute to minute. Let me fill you in with the latest. We're going to talk about Nicolas Jackson because since my video earlier on today, there will be another video, by the way. So later tonight, normal time, there will be just a roundup, basically, of how everything is gone. But you guys are getting a good piece of that now live because we're seeing the end of the window in. So let me give you the latest, as I normally do in my videos, right? And then we'll go from there. So, did I show you this or did I not? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Let's get into it. Here's what happened with Nicolas Jackson. And I think he's the first player in history to get a here we go again. So, we got Bayern and Chelsea seal new agreement for Nicolas Jackson deal. Done. Loan plus buy clause with new element of obligation to buy included in the deal for 2026, as Chelsea wanted. Jackson already agreed 5-year deal at Bayern, 16.5 million euro loan fee. Here we go again. I mean, I don't think we've seen this before. It's always Chelsea, isn't it? It's always Chelsea to do something first. We're always first. The chaos always comes from us. Well, how much did we get? This is where we have to say, you know what? We got exactly what we wanted. Yeah, we got exactly what we wanted. Bayern Munich folded. They absolutely folded. Here it is. So we're getting an increased loan fee of £14.2 million. And the obligation is £56.2 million. The deal will come in at just under £70.5 million. That's class. But there is something that might throw it left. There's a rumor going around that the obligation will only kick in if he plays a certain amount of games. I've never said this before, but I hope Harry Kane just, I don't know, no, I don't want to say that. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say that's too much. No, I can't. You can't wish that on people. But you guys know what I mean. Let us hope for a circumstance where Harry Kane doesn't have to play as much football. Yeah? I don't want to say, you know, I hope he gets injured or something. Yeah, like, you know what? That's the one. Let's hope he gets red cards like every 4 games or so. Just red, constant. Turn him into a bad boy. Yeah? Hope he punches someone in the face. That's what I'll hope for. Yeah? Then we'll go from there. But, yeah, unbelievable sequence of events for Nicolas Jackson. On his way to Munich to sign on a loan for Bayern Munich happened on Friday. On Saturday, the deal was off and he was told to go back to London. He stayed in Munich out of his own choice. And on Monday, the deal was back on and now with an obligation. So Bayern Munich folded. And absolutely had to pay, didn't they? They just absolutely had to pay. They knew that they had no choice. And we got what we wanted. But, since that point, we've also had something else. Let me show you. Where is it? Where is it? Well, we've got his agent that has actually spoken. Ali Barat. Saying Nico was ready. Bayern was ready. We all aligned on a world-class project. For the agreement to be withdrawn at the final moment is deeply frustrating, but we won't give up. I will fight with everything I have. I make sure to make Nico's next step reflect his talent, ambition, and the plan we built together. We hope that Chelsea can cover Liam Delap's unfortunate injury. Okay, mate. Yeah, sure you do. Maybe a little bit he does, but Nico is gone. Obligation, cool. Now, I've also said, listen, we need money in order to look at the options out there to go and get someone else, because right now we're a little bit thin. Well, this has also happened. So, Fulham strike an agreement with Chelsea to sign Tyrique George. Deal for 19-year-old winger, worth £22 million package, plus sell-on clause. Personal terms in place on a 5-year contract for England Youth International. Permission given Chelsea to do Fulham medical. So Tyrique George is on his way out permanently. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We get 22 million for him and we get a sell-on clause. Now, we also have to consider that's money we're getting now. So we've got 22 million coming our way. The fee. 14.2 million. So 22 plus 14.2, 22, 32, 36 million, basically, right? 36 mil. That is walked into our club right now. So I think we can go and get someone. I think we can go and get someone. Honestly, I think we can get someone. But the problem is, we've got an hour and 25 minutes left. That's the issue. We've got an hour and 25. And it just isn't looking like we're going to get someone. Now, I would honestly, just for depth, you know, if something were to happen to João Pedro, we're cooked. We've only got Margu. So, this is what I said in video 1. Now we have money that's come in. Can we use that money to just get someone through the door? Someone. I don't care if they're average. I'm not looking for Isak. I'm looking for someone that is capable, competent, to just fill in. We need an extra man, I reckon. If not, we're going to have to play false nines. And I don't want to go back to false nine business. I really don't. Thank you for the super chats. Richie CFC, Sancho gone Villa. And what about Lopez? Lopez is dead. I mean, not literally. The deal is dead. He's okay. So, Sancho to Villa. Kolo Muani to Spurs. That blew my mind, honestly. That absolutely blew my mind. So, yeah. That's not happening. Lopez is not happening. Unless if something mad happens in the next hour. David, thank you for the super thanks. Much appreciated. Sorry if I'm going to be getting indigestion. I just had dinner. JC, thank you very much for your super chat, my friend. Only Biles reporting that. True. On the... that's why I said rumour. The rumour about him having to play a certain amount of games. So let's wait and see. Maybe there isn't. Plus, Jackson and Kane will play together always. Oh, they are so short in attack. Kane, second striker, and Cam due to Musiala injury. Interesting. Interesting. Could that be? Anyway, let's see. I hope that happens because I just need Nico to play games. If there is a clause in there where he needs to play in order for us to get paid, then I hope he plays. To be honest, I hope he plays anyway. I do wish him the best, honestly. And I think Germany will be better for him. Much better for him. Don't be surprised if he does really well out there. But Premier League... Nah. Adrian, thank you very much for your super chat saying, surprised on Ten Hag got sacked this quickly. I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. Like, I'm surprised it's 2 games. But I'm not surprised because it's Ten Hag. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not... Something must have happened behind the scenes as well. You know, like things have really, really gone left there, but you just don't sack a manager after 2 games like that unless something really, really mad has gone down over there. So I don't know. We'll see what was next for him. It's mad that the job center at the moment has Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and Erik ten Hag. Man United really, really choose to just destroy everybody, don't they? They're not even just players. They even destroy managers. Flipping hell, man. Kim Orsa, thank you very much. Saying that moment when Younes drops a new video and Fabrizio chose violence and drops the first ever "Here we go again," honestly. No, but that was okay because I knew that there was going to be more content coming today. My problem with these lot, with Fabrizio, David Ornstein, everyone, is when I upload late at night. It's late. It's like, go to bed. 5 minutes later, nah, bomber. And I'm like, I've got to wait for the morning. I'm not getting out of bed now to go and set everything up again and then release again. Like, nah, not happening. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Today, I think we're covered because the deadline is the deadline. Tough. After that, there's nothing. So, no more bombers. Yeah? I win. I told you I would win. I win. I have the 96th minute winner, not them. Anyway, Steve, big up to you, mate. Thank you for your support. You're a true mate. No problem at all, man. I appreciate that. Very nice to hear from you earlier on. And it's good old Steve G. Looking good is the latest update. Recovery going really well. It seems. He sounds normal. So, Steve, big up to you, mate. And yeah, much appreciated. Thank you for that. You didn't have to do that, honestly. But I'll have a coffee. Just with your £2. Thank you. Sai, good luck, Mr. Jackson. Thank you very much. You know what? Yeah. Like I said, I do wish him the best. I do wish Nico the best. Like I said, he's not a bad person. I'm not here to drop flipping, you know, things on a person where I think as a person he's been really good overall. Couple of crazy moments with the red cards that I think peed us all off because we were so desperate in those moments to get what we wanted for our objectives. But I wish him the best, man. He wanted the move anyway. He didn't want to come back. So you know what? Good luck to him. Good luck to him. And there was nothing wrong with that either. I explained why. So there's that. Richie CFC says, Callum Wilson. I'd take Callum Wilson. Screw it. Well, okay, how much? I'm not looking to pay 50 mil for him. You know what I mean? But I would. Right now, I would. If there's a loan possible or something, I would. Even if it's up until January, I would do it. We need some sort of cover just in case. God forbid João Pedro pulls a muscle. Because that would be it. So, Spoonie says, what do you think of Ty leaving? Good money, in my opinion. It is good money. It's not the worst thing in the world. Because we've got 2 left wingers, so we're covered. But I can't help but think there's a player in there that later on is going to explode. I don't know. I just feel like down the line, Tyrique George is going to become Tyrique George. And I hope we got a buyback or first option. Just in case, you never know. But we do have a sell-on clause. So that should help. Even if we did want to go back into him, that counts. So. What's mad? Actually, Danny, thank you very much. Says Younes, can we get Bastoni? No. No chance. Literally 0% chance. Not even 1%. 0%. 0%. That is not happening. With an hour and 18 minutes left of the window, no chance. What really baffled me was Kolo Muani to Spurs. Because if I knew that was possible, I would have been screaming for the rooftops. When I mentioned Kolo Muani yesterday, what did I say? I said on a permanent, no chance. No chance. We're not paying that money. No one's paying that money. It's not happening. But never did I think he would be allowed to leave on loan. And somehow Spurs pulled that off. Right now, I think we could do with that. You know? So let's wait and see. I have to be honest though, it's not looking like we're actually going to sign anybody. I'm constantly keeping up to date with the latest as it comes in, by the way. We've got Werder Bremen are about to get Victor Boniface on loan. That is approaching the finish line. According to Florian Plettenberg, he's passed his medical, according to Fabrizio. West Ham apparently are interested in Disassi. Now, someone just please take him. And you know what's crazy? Talking about the outgoings, we still need Sterling to go. We need Chilwell to go. We need Disassi to go. We actually still need all of this. And there's an hour and 15 minutes left, lads. I mean, we got to get a move on. Do you know what I mean? We got to move. Satvik, thank you very much for the contribution. What else are you lot saying? 11th hour bomber. Mate. For who, though? For who? There's no names. There's no links. Unless if Chelsea are pulling off a madness. Like, if we're going to get like an Enzo Fernandez type of deal here, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. NS Sports TV, thank you very much, mate. Thank you, Nippon. Hope you're well. Are you going to be live till the window closes? Yes. So, for me, that's 10 p.m. For you lot, that's 7 p.m. That's an hour and 15 minutes to go. So, yeah, we will be here till the end. We'll be here till the end. And then later on, about a couple of hours after that, there will be a video. As normal, basically. So, let's wait and see what happens. For now, we can just lean back. Lean back. And wait for deals to happen. Yeah, Chilwell apparently to Strasbourg. That is the biggest non-deal ever. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, we got nowhere to send you, mate. So, okay, we're just going to send you to our B club. Not even the B team, just B club. You know? We got nowhere, mate. So off to Strasbourg you'll go because we can get that done in 2 minutes. We're going to have to do the same for Sterling, aren't we? You know what? Strasbourg might actually be gassed at that. Oh. 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 Not Chelsea. Don't worry. We got news. Mark Gurhey underwent a medical ahead of a proposed transfer from Crystal Palace to Liverpool, but the move is in jeopardy amid Crystal Palace issues finding adequate replacement. Talks now between the 25-year-old and manager Glasner to make final decision on Liverpool switched. Gursey flipping out. Mark Gurhey could be staying at Palace. That I didn't expect. Let me bring that up on screen for you lot. Here it is. That is from David Ornstein. Move in trouble. You lot are thinking what I'm thinking, aren't you? No. We're not getting another defender, guys. We're not getting another defender. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. Forget it. It's not happening. Relax. Chill your beans. Unreal. Oh, you're right. I should have got a yellow tie. Oh, man. How did I forget that? How did I forget the yellow tie? Unreal. Danny says, I wonder who Chelsea going to sign for a centre-back. Thank you very much for the super chat. Well, no, we don't want two-step verification. That's the wrong one. This guy apparently got woken up sleeping. What? That's on the feed. This. What if we send Disassi there? What if Disassi goes to Palace? And I'd do that. Now that sounds like a deal. That sounds like a deal I would be up for. Right? That sounds like a deal I would be up for. Because that wouldn't be all money. That would be player in, player out. You know? So Interesting. Interesting. Let's see if there's going to be anything else. We have Kieran Gill that has also confirmed Nicholas Jackson's Bayern Munich loan includes conditional obligation. Conditional. He needs to play a certain amount of games then. Flipping hell. I hope they play together. Basically, I hope they do. Bayern Munich, you better flip and select him. Company, you better be all over it. Honestly. Ola Rewaju, thank you very much, my friend. Ty, we wouldn't want to break relations with Liverpool. Why not? I couldn't care less. What's wrong with that? And we're not, hang on, we're not doing that. That's not our fault. You know? It's Crystal Palace's fault. Not our problem. Maybe right now we want a defender. And maybe they can't find a replacement. What if we give them the replacement? You know, if Liverpool really want this deal, then how about they give them a replacement? I think Liverpool already hate us after Caicedo, I'll be honest. I don't think there's anything new there, mate. Harvey Elliott, we got news. Could be going to Aston Villa. Now, I know loads of people, I think many of us want Morgan Rogers. But this late in the window, I don't see a chance. There's surely absolutely no chance. Absolutely no chance. Alhambra, thank you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the super chat. It says, this last week has been two-step verification, except the SDs lost their phone, email password, and Google Authenticator access. Honestly. I think in the end, to actually get Jackson sent to Bayern Munich with an obligation for that much money is actually top business. But if Jackson is left and we're left thin, you know, what are we going to do? We literally have to work around João Pedro and wrap him in cotton wool. We legit have to wrap him in cotton wool. There is just no way we can risk anything crazy on João Pedro now, which is not how you want to play. You want your best players like that to be given 100%. So we'll see how it's all going to go down. We still have an hour and 9 minutes. There was news earlier on. Atalanta are not accepting a loan deal with an option to buy for Lookman. So an agreement remains unrealistic at this stage. Should we go and put in a bid for Lookman? How about that? And thank you. I pronounced that Yoruba name pretty well. I'm half African, guys. You know, I've got the ability in me. Don't worry. You know, I can go full English. I can go full African. I can dip in and out whenever I want. This is the great thing about being half and half. Someone said Vardy for 6 months. We're not getting Vardy. Forget it. He's 38, lads. You know, talking about flipping João Pedro getting injured. Chances are Vardy will probably break a leg on day one. You know, so you know what? I wonder how much Lookman will cost. Probably not going there. Emega is an interesting one. Emega is someone that, look, I wouldn't be against it, man. Bring him on. Look, he's a Strasbourg player, yeah? Can't we just execute a loan from Strasbourg, bring him in, until Jan, and then in Jan, send him back to Strasbourg and let him finish the season. I think that could be good. And you know what? This is the perfect sort of balance that we're talking about. You have João Pedro, who's the main guy, Liam Delap, who's meant to be also playing, and then the third option technically would be Omega, and he can, you know, we got Gu now too. So Omega, Gu to back up João Pedro. Yes, chances are they won't be playing as well, as much, but imagine just Mark Gu leading the line if something happens to João Pedro. That's what's scaring me here. This is why, you know what? This is why having Olivier Giroud was just flipping amazing. Giroud was the perfect guy in this situation. Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So, thank you for the super chat. You know Chippy Chips. Cole Palmer does, that's for sure. Any chance for Morgan Rogers? Love the channel. Thank you very much, my friend. Morgan Rogers? No, unfortunately, no. We've heard absolutely nothing. He costs a lot of money. There's no chance we're moving in now with an hour to go unless a miracle happens. So, doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. And I still think he would cost in the region of 80 mil. So, Chief Obi, thank you for your super chat. If Jackson's condition is for him to score goals, well, we're finished. We're done. We are done out here. Now, if his condition is to provide assists, we might get somewhere. We might maybe get somewhere. But to have him bang in a certain amount of goals, I hope it's not 30 goals. Oh my God, we'd be cooked. We ain't getting paid. Oh man. That would be crazy. Blackwatch, thank you very much for your super chat saying Maresca's request for centre-back goalkeeper was ignored by the directors, so no blame to him later if something happens. Sack the two clowns out and bring someone like Campos who brings you quality players and wins big things. You know what? There was the whole thing about Maresca requesting certain players. Right? But we also know that Maresca is the person that's going to make do with what he has as well. And that's the whole part of the collaboration. The other thing is, up until lately, the window's actually been a really good window. Up until this point, though, the last couple of weeks is where things have gone left. With Simons and then everything else after that. And this just now we're just chasing and getting whatever we can get. I mean, that's where... I think if we avoided this scenario that we're in right now about the striker, I think overall it's a decent window. But we're in this situation now where we're actually screaming for someone to come in because we're scared if something happens to João Pedro, we're finished. So the centre-back and all of that is actually manageable. And Sanchez, as long as he doesn't make any mistakes. And also, with the goalkeeper situation, we also need to take into consideration what the club are actually thinking here. And this is what I've tried to say. Their aim is looking at Mike Penders. They're probably thinking, why get someone in now who's going to be the #1 goalkeeper when our vision is for next season to have Mike Penders come in and then rival Sanchez to become the #1. They always wanted Mike Penders to come in. He's just not ready yet. And he's on loan at Strasbourg. See how he does. But this is just like Andre Santos, for example. This is just like, even prior to that, the way that Levi Colwell was integrated into the team. There's players that the club have this thing where, no, this guy, we aim to become the #1 guy in that position. And that's why I think Chelsea have hesitated in terms of getting a goalkeeper. We'll see if we're going to get affected by that this season. With the centre-backs and the scenario there are enough centre-backs, but it just depends on their quality and what they can do. So again, that's a question mark and we'll see what happens. But the striker situation here, we all know. If João Pedro doesn't get injured, we're good. If he gets injured, we're cooked. That is a complete one or the other. There's no in-between or question mark. It's one or the other. So we just got to hope and pray. Slippy, thank you very much for your comment. Member for 2 months. Wouldn't have minded at least one signing today. I know. And we got an hour left. An hour and 2 minutes. Alhambra, keep tabs on Hamza Igamane at Lille will be a star. All right, note that down, people. Note that down. Hamza. Never know. Frosty45, thank you, mate, saying, Younes, is it not weird that we still have no idea for how long Cole is out for? Something feels fishy why they wanted 2 cams. Well, no, I mean, they got Buonanotte. They're not getting Lopez. That's it. So we only bought him 1. And even that's a loan. Now, Cole Palmer is fine. He missed the last game. He'll be back after these 2 weeks, and he'll be playing. Unless something mad happens. But Ashu Tosh, thank you for your super chat as well. So much for Obi saying Osimhen wants Chelsea. Look where we are. Nah, it's not happening, mate. You can forget that. Osimhen. Funnily enough, I was talking to George about this earlier on. We were talking about Osimhen. We was like, imagine if Osimhen walked through the door today. That would have been chaos. Oh, man, we'd have been invaded by all the Nigerians in the chat, that's for sure. It would have been malarkey. Rostislav, thank you for your super chat as well, mate, saying, just seen the Sassy to West Ham. Would be great. Praying for Kane to get injured so Jackson's obligation gets triggered. You said it, not me. You said it. You said it. Oh, we got news from Ben Jacobs. Liverpool waiting for Crystal Palace to decide on whether to sanction Mark Guehi's move after missing out on Igor. Clarity soon as Palace continue to discuss. So that's that. The medical is in fact complete, but Crystal Palace want a replacement. Well, if you want a replacement, come and get this Sassy. So, yeah. Nico deal seems to be unreal. Congrats to our sporting directors. Would love some proper centre-back, though. We have a lot of uncertainty coming our way, don't we? A lot of uncertainty. It could end up really good. It could end up really bad. We don't know. M-Evolution22 says, I don't actually think Maresca requests any player. It's just PR to make it sound like he agrees with players that come in. I don't think the owners care if he agrees or not. We know how they operate. I would say yes and no. I'll explain why. Hang on. Mohammed, thank you very much. Says, and as they say to us, Liverpool is buying the EPL. I'm going to talk about that as well. Because as much as they think they are, I don't think they're going to buy it as easy as many people think. We've actually got this. Let's dive into this. This has just come out from Mac, so CFCPYS. Chelsea looked at opportunities today, but as of an hour ago, window was over and focus was on sales to balance out the UEFA restrictions. Maresca wanted someone to come in up front that he worked with, so Jackson was the best option to come back, and then after that, Gu. Fermin Lopez was seen as an opportunity, but even though his agents pushed, he wasn't convinced to leave, and the club are very happy with the ability of Buonanotte. I don't have any info on why Simons didn't happen other than Chelsea thought they had a deal earlier on in the window on verbally. On the outside, it seemed a no-brainer. I mean, that's not much of an update, but yeah. Oh my God, I just saw a tweet from yesterday. I was about to flip in collapse. Let me show you. I just saw this and thought, what? that was yesterday. That was yesterday. Flipping out. Why is that popping back up? Hang on. Okay. Yeah, Maresca. No, I think Maresca does make it clear what positions he needs players in. And I think he's kind of alluded to that in the press conferences. You can see where he's given those sort of hints. But he's also not the guy to kick up a fuss and go crazy if something doesn't work out. He's someone that will go, okay, we'll work with what we have. And I think considering that, he's actually done a really good job so far. So there's that. In the grandest context of things, we have to also remember we brought in João Pedro. We brought in Delap. We brought in Garnacho, and we don't know what we're going to get, but hopefully he banks. We brought in Gittins, again, raw, but we'll see what happens there. Buonanotte coming in on a loan with no option to buy, I think is going to be one of those really shrewd loan deals that afterwards people look back and go, "Whoa, you know what? We done well there." You know, because I don't think he's going to play many games, but I think the games that he does play, I think he's going to give us an element of creativity. He's a very technical player. Thank goodness he just didn't cost any money. We're basically not risking anything, you know. I think in that midfield number 10 position and all of that, we're actually covered. But for sure, I think Enzo Maresca specifically has to manage the team, manage the squad well, and just, which I think he already does really well, considering the minutes that he chooses players to play, the way he protects players from injury and all of that. We got Hato as well. I think now there's enough rotation to be able to make moves in order to protect players that we might be a little skeptical about in terms of injury. The only position that is screaming for, the only position that we're screaming for something right now is striker. Because like I said, if something happens to João Pedro, we're cooked. We're cooked in that. We're actually cooked in that. You know? So, MD, thank you very much for your super chat. Says, imagine Jackson with the Adebayor celeb against us. Jackson won't score against us. Imagine if he scored against us. Nah, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I don't think he will though. I don't think he will. That would be mental. That would be mental. Kashmiri, thank you very much for absolutely nothing. That's an idiotic comment, and you know it. Oh, mate, Younes, I've been watching you since COVID times when we were going for Haaland and Declan Rice. Wow. You remember that? Flipping out. Mori Mimini, I was right. Please call up the boys for the last hour, Matisse, etc. I don't know, what is he even doing? Is he streaming? I'm not actually sure. Joe, thank you very much. Says, am I the only one that thinks selling George was a mistake? I'm just praying that we have a buyback clause. So much potential. I agree. I think there's a sell-on clause. So there's a sell-on clause. That means that even if we were to go in for him in the future, that sell-on clause would apply. We would get him at a discount. So that's something to bear in mind. I hope we got a buyback because, like I said, when I look at Tyrique George, he's raw. He needs game time for sure. He's not ready. But I look at him and I think, yeah, there's a big potential future mad winger in the future in Tyrique George. So I think we have to be careful there. But I don't know. Switz, thank you very much, mate. Says, wait, are you actually Younes H? That's my old channel name. Talks Blueco. I'm actually curious, or is there stuff behind the scenes we've not been told? Hopefully you don't ignore me. What do you mean? Now, hang on. Unless you're trying to say that, like now I'm propping propaganda for flipping Blueco or whatnot. That's the most idiotic stuff that I'm seeing, and that just shows some people don't have brains. Did you watch the video where I did the press conference? If you watch that, you'd know everything that I've had to say. Simple as that. That press conference video explains everything. When I say that it's time to give an opportunity for this season because there has been things that's earned, that doesn't mean after 5 minutes, I just switch up and go, no, throw it all in the bin. No. A chance needs to be given. Now, after 3 games and this window, people are throwing everything in the bin to try and make it seem like we're finished, when in reality, we all know we're not. And we got to let the season play out. I am sure that with what we got right now, we have what it takes to go into a title race and compete. Do we win it? I can't say that. Do I want us to win it? 100%. Do I think we can? It's been proven that we can play against the top teams and get a result. If we can do it once, we can do it twice. If we can do it twice, we can do it 10 times. If we can do it 10 times, we can do it 20 times. That's what's changed. Whereas last season, for big portions, and the season before, 100%, we couldn't. We just couldn't. So if people want to ignore that, they can ignore that. But not everything has to be so black and white. There's a lot of grey. Some people just choose to ignore that and move with their own agendas. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. The very same people that will say that there's agendas on one side are the same people that will carry out an agenda on the complete other end. That's just the truth. And that's not being real. Simple. Thank you very much to Alhambra again. Much appreciated, mate. The left wing position is a big issue. Gittins strikes me as a player that needs a run of games to gain confidence. He won't reach his potential otherwise. I agree. I think Gittins is raw, super raw. And I think he only suits certain games, which is where Garnacho is going to have to come in and be, look, Garnacho's got a mad opportunity here. Garnacho has the maddest opportunity to make a statement, because if he makes a statement, he's first pick. Simple as that. And you know what? For Gittins, that might be a good thing, because we can't just rely on Gittins. So all eyes on Garnacho, 100%. Big up Steve in the chat as well. Thank you very much, mate. Joshua, thank you very much. Here we go. Look, this guy back to Chelsea for 150 mil. Are you mad? Are you mad? No, listen. When we're talking about this guy, we'll see him later. We'll see him later. Down the line, we'll see him later. I'm looking forward to that day. M Evolution 22. One thing we can't do is blame Maresca for any bad results if we do lose Zhao and don't have capable cover. Fully agree. The owners broke rules and then agreed on the settlement. If things go left, it's on them. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I agree. We won't break the settlement. This is the whole point of the window going the way that it has towards the end. We won't break it. We won't break it. But, flipping hell, we do need the cover. SD, thank you very much for your super chat. Hang on. Who says, what's happening with Mudryk? Banned for how long? Listen, Mudryk's been banned from football. He's been banned from driving. At this point, he's going to get deported. At this rate, he's cooking up every single rule that exists in the UK. It's outrageous. So I don't know. I actually don't know. But yeah, in terms of how long is he banned for, he's going to be out for, well, at the moment, it's 4 years. Is that going to be put down to 2? If he's found not guilty, God knows. God knows. And Sanjay, thank you very much. Saying, Younes, bro, big fan from Bangalore. Much respect. You think we will sign anyone before the window closes? Can Jackson play against Chelsea in the Champions League? He can play against Chelsea in the Champions League because we've not played any Champions League yet, so he's not cup-tied. And he can, even on a loan, because Courtois done it against us, if you remember. And do I think we'll sign anyone? Honestly, no. No. I think with 50 minutes remaining, it's looking dead, guys. It's looking dead, which worries me. As I said, for the striker position, that worries me. Now, unless we get something mad happen in the last half an hour, he's not happening, mate. It's not. Krim, thank you very much, says Mudryk got a driving ban for 6 months. Exactly, he did. So he's banned from football, he's banned from driving. Soon he's going to be banned from walking out his house. Let alone, he might be banned from breathing air at some point. Ryan, thank you very much, says vote. Younes needs a here we go style tagline. Yes or no? All right, put your suggestions in. What would be my tagline in that case? What would be? I'd like to hear your suggestions. I'll leave it in your hands. You lot are the backbone. Britain does not deport. Mate. Josh, thank you very much. Says Jackson is no longer part of our project, just like Madueke Kane and Kunku. What we pulled off was a chess move to get an obligation in the deal. Great move. Yes. But now we also have no one to really replace Delap in case something happens. Technically, Marc Guéhi is the replacement. But there's Delap and then there's Marc Guéhi. Imagine having to rely on Marc Guéhi, because Delap was playing games, just like João Pedro. Is Marc Guéhi going to play games just like João Pedro? I don't think so. That's the difference. Whereas I think Jackson probably would have. Kalechi, thank you very much. Says Chelsea's transfer window was not bad. However, we need to be clear on what we need to do beyond managing injuries. Nico could have been left alone in Bayern. Too messy as hell. It was very messy. Very, very messy, man. Very messy. That went left. Lookman will not join Bayern Munich. Deal off is what we've got 10 minutes ago from Germany. There is a fear that Glasner could walk if Crystal Palace sell Marc Guéhi. What? Fabian Hertzelas on Buonanotte. The Brighton manager says Facundo has great potential and we will see his long-term future with us here. And we will be monitoring his progress with Chelsea this season. Cool. Monitor. For once, you lot do the monitoring, not us. Flipping now. We're always monitoring you. It's about time you start monitoring us. Do you know what I mean? Parasite 82. That's not a great name, but big up. Thank you. Says Disasi possible loan to West Ham. Paqueta a possibility. Paqueta is meant to have left, no? Or is he still staying? What's going on with Paqueta? That's a good one, actually. What is going on with Paqueta? Hang on, what? I'm going to show you this, right, real quick. Sammy, thank you very much. Would you ever take Mourinho back? What year was prime Chelsea? Oh, mate, 2005 was prime Chelsea, that's for sure. It just was, wasn't it? Oh, you lot with the taglines. Flipping hell. Wow. Let's see these taglines. Was it Bombaclad? Oh man. Here we Karak. Here we Karak. That is brilliant. People won't get that though. They won't get that. I'd have to stand outside the Burj Khalifa every flipping time there's an announcement for me to pull that one off. Bomber at the bridge. That, oh man. Done deal. I mean, I do say done deal. Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle. Hold that thought. Boom goes the dynamite. You lot are jokes. Into the nitty gritty. But that doesn't sound, yeah, that doesn't feel like a done deal though, does it? Hola, Habibi. Yalla. Yalla could be a good one, you know. Here we sleep. D-Day has landed. That goes with like the war theme that we've been through lately. Wallahi, it's done. Oh no, that's hilarious. Wallahi, it's done. That is hilarious. That might actually work, you know. That might actually work. Oh man. Imagine that. That's funny. Joshua, thank you as well, mate. Habibi has landed. Habibi has landed. That's also a decent one. But Joe, you've taken the cake there. Wallahi, it's done. Josh, thank you, mate. So Xavi strikes me like a wonder kid that never fulfilled the hype. Same path with João Felix. Barca, PTSG, PSV and Leipzig will let him leave. Wonder why. But I do think there's a good player there. But you might be, who knows? You might be right. You might be right. You might be right. Olare Waju again, thank you very much. Younes, I'm shocked you pronounced my name correctly. Much love from Nigeria. I can imagine your reaction if Osimhen was still available. Oh, mate, imagine if we bought him. I'd be flipping. I'd be doing cartwheels. He'd be going crazy. But thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Bloody hell, there's a lot of you lot in it. Yeah, I thought you lot were in numbers. Switz, thank you very much again, mate. Listen, Younes, I'm not trolling. I know you don't. I don't do that. I'm just asking questions because you and Minerals was genuine together, but I don't get the behind the scenes. Up the Chelsea. As I said before, each person wants to do what they want to do. Simple as that. No one's here to be used. Simple. Oh, Shane, thank you for your super chat as well, for your contribution. Much appreciated. But Switz, thank you for that, mate. Krim, thank you for your super chat. Would you go on TikTok with Arabic football TikTokers? 500k plus people in the UAE and Qatar. I am in deep connections with some if interested. How can I connect? I could. The Khaliji Arabic would have to be done in little bits and pieces though, because I'm not really good with it. Now, if I'm allowed to use my version, I can. But I'll be happy to. There will have to be elements of English being spoken though, that's for sure. If not, check out the description below. Personal IG there. Drop me a DM. You can get me there. SD, thank you very much. As I know we're being praised for doing business well, but if Gittin's a good buy in your opinion, if he wasn't cheap, almost Xavi Simons money, who's surely better? They're different positions. This is why I said lately, I think Chelsea wanted two left wingers. Like they wanted two left wingers. Not one left winger and someone that can play in the 10 but can fill in on the left sometimes. That's Xavi Simons. Chelsea wanted two left wingers. So Simons was never an option for that. But Simons was something that came after. Personally, for me, I would have gone maybe Garnacho and Simons. And then after that, I told you before, between Gittins and Fofana, if you remember, I wanted Fofana. But it didn't work out. So, yeah, I think you got a point. Juno, thank you for your super chat as well. Would you make a chant for Garnacho if he scores the game winner at Old Trafford to end the curse in that dreadful stadium? Listen, if he scores the winner against United at Old Trafford next month, it's kicking off. It is absolutely kicking off. You know what I mean? What's the latest? Oh my God. Bloody hell. This is not looking good, bruv. There's nothing progressing over the future of Raheem Sterling as of now. And you want to know why? And again, this is why Chelsea have been so adamant on making sure salaries fall in a certain bracket. And as much as it frustrates us when it comes to certain players, but you can see why. You know what I mean? This is the problem. When it works out and you have players that are getting paid big money, but they are performing and they're one of your best, you love it. But when you have someone on big wages that isn't doing anything and it's a wreck, it's the worst thing that you can have. Is there anything else? Let me just have a look. Joshua, thank you very much. Saying petition for you to be official broadcaster for AFCON. Oh, mate, that would be mad. Actually, AFCON is in December. I will be covering that, or maybe I will be covering that, or maybe we will be covering that. Actually, that's going to be tough. I just remembered. January. Crap. We'll see. We'll see what can be done. See what can be done. Ab, thank you very much. Says much love from Sydney. Habibi, love your content. Thank you very much. Young little Pappy also says it should be great meal, wonderful food. It should be. Not. We have no food. We ate the food. We ate the food. Chandy, thank you for your contribution as well, mate. Much appreciated. We have 38 minutes left of the window. Raheem is still here. Has Chilwell been sold, by the way? Like, has he actually been sold or not? We've also got this from earlier on. I've not shown you this, by the way. Chelsea will pay $2 million to Brighton for Bonanate on loan. That's more money in the bank for Brighton. Brilliant. Unbelievable. It's mad how nothing's happening for Raheem Sterling. Absolutely nothing. What a mess. He's not even playing football. This is the worst thing. It's not like, you know, no one even wants him on a loan because of his salary. Who's going to pay his salary? We couldn't even get someone in to take him on a loan where we would pay half and they would pay half. No, because they're not going to do that. Half is still 160k a week. And for some clubs, that's a full salary. You know? But there is the whole thing on Crystal Palace as well with Glasner, and if he's going to walk. There's rumours about that he might walk, which I personally don't think he won't walk. No manager walks. Yeah, no manager walks. Because if they walk, they won't get paid. You think, mate, if I'm a manager and I'm not getting what I want and then I kick off or, you know, it's ruptured, I'm just like flipping out, this is over. I genuinely don't want to be here anymore. You guys don't care, or the relationship is destroyed. I still wouldn't walk. Because if I walk, I'm in breach of contract. But if they sack me, they pay me. That's just logical. Do you know what I mean? That's just logical. Alhambra, thank you very much again, says, unmerciful shillings won't go until he fleeces us. Legitimately. Dominic, thank you for your contribution as well. Yeah. Oh, we've heard from Eric Ten Hag. He's spoken. Ten Hag, who got sacked earlier on today. Check this out. Ten Hag responds to Bayer Leverkusen's decision to sack him. The decision by Bayer Leverkusen this morning to put me on a leave of absence came as a complete surprise. To part ways with a manager after just 2 league matches is unprecedented. This summer, many key players who were part of past successes left the squad. Building a new cohesive team is a careful process that requires both time and trust. A new coach deserves the space to implement his vision, set the standards, shape the squad, and leave his mark on the style of play. I started this job with full conviction and energy, but unfortunately the management was not willing to grant me the time and trust I needed, which I deeply regret. I feel this was never a relationship based on mutual trust. Bloody hell. Throughout my career, every season I have been able to see through to the end as a coach has brought success. Clubs that place their trust in me have been rewarded with success and silverware. Finally, I would like to thank the Bayer Leverkusen supporters for their warmth and passion, and I wish the squad and staff every success for the remainder of the season. That's a very nice statement, but it's a weird one. It's weird because it's so early. If this happened to anyone else, you'd be surprised. But it's Ten Hag, so I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. I don't know why. It's like with Ten Hag, it feels like no matter where he goes, it's always going to end. Unless he goes back to Ajax. If he's back at Ajax, I'd be like, okay, that might actually work. You know what I mean? So, Olarewaju again, thank you, my friend. Can we terminate Sterling's contract, please? Oh, we could do that. But then we would be in a situation where financially we would have to pay him. Because he could take Chelsea to court for that. Because he's not breached the contract. There's no reason to terminate the contract. Chelsea can only terminate the contract logically if the other person has been in breach of the contract and they feel like, you know what, we can terminate here. But if Sterling's done nothing wrong, which he hasn't, he just doesn't play well. But if he's done nothing wrong, Chelsea can't actually just terminate the contract, because then Sterling can take the club to court and get Chelsea to pay him compensation. So, yeah. Bogle, thank you for your contribution, my friend. Rich, thank you for your super chat. Big up from Pittsburgh. I'm an OG. Keep up the great work. Tells me a lot about Sterling. Would rather sit than play. Not looking good, bruv. Yes, I agree. Steve as well, by the way. That's a very good example. Big up to you. Mudryk, having his contract terminated, Chelsea can do. Because technically, there's been a breach. Technically. We don't know whose fault it is, but there's been a breach. Whether we like it or not, there's been a breach. So Chelsea would be in position to terminate if they feel like they really want to. But we'll see. But I'm sure there's more legal things there that we might not know about. But yeah, Rich. For Sterling, we don't know if it's him that's just happy to just chill and do nothing, or maybe no club has come in for him. If no club has come in for him, there's nothing he can do. And he's getting paid a lot of money. He's not going to complain. That's for sure. He just won't. He'll sit there and do nothing. I'm getting 325k a week for just chilling. Mate, it's the easiest flipping money made anyone could ask for. He just shows up to training, you know, kicks a ball about, goes home and finds 325 grand in his account on Friday. Mad. David Ornstein has confirmed Man City set to complete signing of Donnarumma from Paris Saint-Germain. PSG goalkeeper arrives at City with Ederson moving to Fenerbahce. Clubs put in finishing touches to both deals before deadline date announcements. That is done. That is done. We have 32 minutes left. I think it's time to come to the realization, guys. Chelsea will not be conducting any more business. It's over. Surely. Butcher, thank you for your super chat. Sterling can play striker, you know. Imagine. Don't. Don't. I'm going to talk about the front of shirt sponsor in a sec. Bogle says, can use Dujon Richards from the academy as our striker. We're not going to do that. We could, but there's also Moeka as well, but we're not going to do that. These guys are from the academy. They don't really play. They play for the youth team. There's nothing else they could possibly do. They're not going to come in and just start killing it. You know what I mean? They're just not going to. They ain't got it in them. You know? They need to develop. So we wait and see what's going to happen to them in the future. But yeah, for the front of shirt sponsor, it's the same as we heard. The last update we got was that it was narrowed down to 3. There was one Middle Eastern company on there that we think is Riyadh Air. And when it happens, and this is why I think Chelsea are going to, well, Chelsea have been taking their time, flipping ages. But when it happens, I think it's going to be a monstrous sponsorship. I think it's going to be 65, 70 million or so, somewhere there. It's going to be a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of money. I don't expect it to take much longer, to be honest. I don't. This is why I'm not really kicking up a fuss about it, because I don't think it's, I don't think we're in a situation where it's going to be until like, until January or something. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this gets sorted at some point, but when it gets sorted, I think it's going to be big money. Big money. So let's wait and see. All I'm going to say is you better make the most of the time that Chelsea don't have a shirt sponsor if you don't want to go and buy a shirt without a sponsor, because once a sponsor comes, it's done. You're not getting a shirt without a sponsor anymore. So, you know, use the time. Krim, XCFC, thank you very much. Hey, bro, DM'd on Insta up the Chelsea. Thank you very much, man. I'll take a look after. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Conrad is off to Leipzig. That's definitely happening. So we can forget that one. Oh, mate, I've just seen this. I've just seen this, yeah. Who remembers this? Oh, hang on. Can I? Oh, I can't show you. Oh, I can. There we are. There it is. Oh, man. That's hilarious. You're about to see the best of me. And then all we saw was John Cena settings. We couldn't see him. Well, we can see him now because he's getting paid 325 grand every week. So we definitely see him. Arsenal never saw him. Honestly. Josh, thank you very much, saying, Wallahi, it's done. Josh is Nan. Better than Josh is Nan to Chelsea as striker. Bloody hell. Wallahi, it's done. That's hilarious, you know. I might have to start pulling that one out of the bag. I might have to start using that, you know. Dominic, thank you for your contribution as well. Have I just seen something from Strasbourg? What's Strasbourg doing? What's this? You see the original? Encore nous. What does this mean? I don't know. Don't know what's going on with Strasbourg. Any updates from there? Oh. Oh, Strasbourg signed someone. Strasbourg signed someone. Material Godo. Hang on, let's show you. Martial Godo. Flipping out. The translation put him as Material, which is, I see why. Martial Godo has signed for Racing Sporting Strasbourg. The Englishman, 22-year-old, is signing for 5 seasons from Fulham. There we are. So they got Godo, and they also got Enciso. That was done. And they sold and let go of some players too. So interesting. Harry, thank you very much, mate. Says, have a good feeling about Garnacho, not going to lie. Oh, that's not nice. Hang on. There we are. Sorry about that, but I had to realign the screen. Garnacho, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think we're going to get something from him. The one thing that we've learned is that he's a risk taker. He likes to go. He doesn't hesitate, which might actually work out in our favor really, really well. But it's going to be based on his ability and what he can do, and the only way we're going to find out is once he plays. So we'll wait and see. After the international break, we'll see what happens. Joe, again, thank you very much, mate. Says, spoke recently about my trip from America to the bridge. Going to hit up the Butcher's Hook and the Rules and need one more dinner. Any recommendations? Oh, yeah, I remember this. Yeah, so the Butcher's Hook. One more dinner. Are you looking near the bridge, or are you talking London in general? There's loads of places. In London, there's loads. It's endless. But around the bridge, like I told you, if you remember, there's a pizza place on the right-hand side. So not the Butcher's Hook end, the other end. When you go past the station on Broadway, you walk towards where the Broadway pub is. Keep walking past the Broadway pub like you're heading to, there's a park around the corner. Eelbrook Common. You don't want to head to Eelbrook Common. Before that, there's a pizza place, a pizza restaurant. Fantastic. I recommend, because I ate there not long ago and I thought it was class. And I took it by chance. I was with my parents. We ate there. We had a great time. So yeah. If you're talking in London, there's loads of places, man. I mean, flipping out, I could send you to from Wetherspoons to the most 5-star restaurant you can think of. for a T-bone or for a ribeye steak or something mad. So no players coming in, it seems. Lasando, thank you very much, says, hey Younes, just got here, hope you're doing fine. How about we reintegrate Chilwell back to the team though, and he becomes a cover for Cuckoo? Then Hato can be temporal solution for Levi Colwell. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen, because Hato was brought in as Cuckoo's backup, and Hato is predominantly a left back who can play centre back. Do you know what I mean? So that's no chance that happens. I see where you're coming from, but there's no chance that happens. No chance. And in fact, at centre back right now, Trev, Tosin, and I think even the club might be waiting on Badiashile to come back and see what happens, you know? Rasmus Højlund has joined Napoli. Let me just have a look. Let me see what else is popping. Where have you lot seen this Lopez news? There's Lopez news, but we already knew that the deal was off. But I know you lot are seeing more confirmation. Where is this confirmation? Hang on, let me check on here. Asensio has joined Fenerbahce. Jose must be fuming right now. Instagram. Okay, fair enough. Pedro says, thank you very much. Hi, Younes. Wanted to say thank you for the videos. My mother and I have been watching since before Conte. Big up to you. Thank you very much. Shout out to you and your mother. Thank you very much. Do you think Parma would stay when Madrid eventually come knocking? I don't think Madrid are going to come knocking for Cole Palmer. Weirdly enough. I think Madrid are going to come knocking for Enzo Fernandez at some point. That's where I think it will go. Would he leave though? God knows. God knows. We'll see. Let me go to Insta. Joe Trogan, thank you, mate. Garassi available on a loan. Wouldn't mind it. I would take that all day long, but there's no way he goes on a loan when he just got a move not long ago. There's no chance they let him go. Absolutely no chance. Fabrizio, 97 posts. Bloody hell. Yeah, deal off. Official, Fermin Lopez stays at Barcelona as Chelsea deal already collapsed. Fermin never indicated desire to leave. As Deco, Laporta, Flick always wanted to keep him. Chelsea bid worth 40 million euros, never been considered. Oh. Nice little click. Galatasaray have reached an agreement with City for Gundogan. I didn't even know this. Bloody hell, no, his Instagram is cooking. Flipping hell, just deal after deal after deal after deal after deal. And we also got the here we go for Gurhi, but interesting. But yeah, Garassi, no chance, man. I mean, I'd have him. I wanted to buy him. If you remember, I wanted us to buy him. I thought it was a cheap, shrewd, nice deal. But yeah, no chance. Adrian, thank you very much, mate. Finally going to the bridge for the first time on February 7th versus Leeds. Super excited. Honestly, you chose a good game because we're probably going to win that. You'd think. Leeds at home. Surely we win that. Surely. So, we have 19 minutes left of the window. As Benjamin says, Endrick for a season-long loan would be great. No, we don't need Endrick. Where are we going to play him? On the right? Wow, we got Esteval. We're good. We're good. We took the good Brazilian, you know? I don't think it's needed. DJ Fantasy, big up in the chat. Yes, bro. Hope you're well, man. Hope you're well. Big up. By the way, that is the DJ Fantasy. If you're old enough and you remember DJ Fantasy, you'll know who DJ Fantasy is. But that is actually him. Big up to him. Big Chelsea fan. So he's in the chat. Respect. Hope you're well. Okay, this one might twist my tongue. Sabaraj Yotti, thank you very much. I think I got that right. I'm good with names, man. Remember the vid from your uni room, 2021 Champions League? No, not 2021. 2012 was uni. 2012 was uni. I remember that video. I remember recording that video. I remember the semi-final after we beat Barca at the Nou Camp and my voice was gone. I remember doing that video. And I remember the final, doing the video of the final, the review, the day after because I watched it at home and then I done a review when I got back to uni. So I remember, yeah, man, with laptop literally not even 144p. It was like, what was those cameras called back in the day? Like, were they HGV cameras or something? It was like pixelated as hell. Like laptop camera. I remember I was holding my laptop and I was recording. Good times, man. Good times. Hey, you got to start somewhere. Look at us now. Yeah, look at us now. Oh, VGA, that's the one, not HGV. HGV is the lorry. VGA is the one. Yeah, VGA cameras. But, bruv, it's just, yeah, I remember, man. I remember. The quality was terrible. But that was when YouTube was really small back then. I remember getting like, at that time, I'd get like 1,000 views. I'm like, I've gone viral. But yeah, man, VGA cams. If you weren't there during that era, you missed out. You missed out. Real Betis are fantastic. Real Betis are absolutely brilliant. Take a look at this. Day 62 without Anthony. That is amazing. This guy, by the way, if you don't know, he's a Man United fan. By the way, Anthony is signing for Real Betis, so they're going to have to take that off. But that guy is a Man United fan who is not going to cut his hair until Man United win 5 games in a row. So this guy is officially going to enter his caveman arc. I'm expecting the hair to hit the floor, you know? We might have to call him Tarzan at some point because that is probably where it's heading. So, yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Big up to son of Chelsea, Daniel Childs. We've got 15 minutes left of the window. I'm going to give you guys this rundown. This is our window as a whole. Ins and outs. So, let me know what you think. But we have ins. We've got Pedro, Gittins, Garnacho, Hato, Dilap, Esteval, Esugo, Sarr, Kendry Paez, Buonanotte, and we've also got Andre Santos included. For the outgoings, we've got, let me pull this one up just in case. I don't want to miss any names. Madueke gone, Nkunku gone, João Felix gone, Petrovic gone, Ugochukwu gone, Dewsbury Hall gone, Vega gone, Broja gone, Chukwuemeka gone, Amugu gone, Humphreys gone, Kepa gone, Bettinelli gone, and Gilchrist gone, Bergstrom gone, and now Nicholas Jackson gone. So, is that a good window overall? I think overall there's a lot of names there we're just not using that are not going to play that were best going. And I think the players that we brought in mostly are actually pretty good. We've sold a lot though. We've sold a lot. Financially, that has saved us. Financially, that has saved us. Cole Palmer, what's Cole Palmer done? Oh, big up. Big up, Palmer. Let me show you, actually. Oh, hang on. 2 years ago today, I signed for this amazing club. Big up, Cole Palmer. We're lucky to have him. I thought, honestly, there might be another Cole Palmer sort of deal that was going to happen. You know, one of those last minute, like weird, crazy things that you just don't expect. So yeah, but we haven't. We're not looking at anymore. We've got 12 minutes left of the window. 12 minutes left of the window before it closes. The transfer window will be shut until January when it reopens. Now, at that time, AFCON will be going on too. We still don't know what's going on with Mark Gurhey. Isak has still not been unveiled, by the way. You know, I don't know, flipping out. That deal's not in jeopardy, surely. Surely not. Surely not. Because we've not heard of any, like, how's the medical done? What, you know, anything happening? We don't know. Josh, thank you very much. Say, did you see Palmer comment on Mateta yellow card? No, I didn't. What did he say? What did he say? Let me know. Oh, game's gone. I did see that. I did see that. I remember. Yeah, I did see that. I saw that briefly. I remember reading, yeah, Cole Palmer, game's gone. I moved on really quickly after that. But yeah, game's gone. I saw that. Palmer's quality. Palmer is fantastic. He's the sort of guy that is really down to earth, it seems like. He's just, you know, doesn't let anything get to him. Sean Day, thank you very much, saying Nkunku's club won't even play in Europe. Wild. Yeah, they won't. They won't. They won't. I wonder what's going on with Mark Gurhey. Is he not leaving? I bet Glasner right now is buzzing. 10 minutes left of the window. 10 minutes. Manchester United and Real Betis have reached an agreement for the permanent transfer of Antony, subject to international clearance and registration. Antony is leaving permanently to Real Betis, and that's a very good thing for him. And also a very good thing for Manchester United, kind of. Well, nothing's really good for Man United, but you get the gist. Great for Antony, though. He's free from that institution. Whoever leaves Man United, fantastic decision. You know, fantastic. See, is there anything else going on? Trying to see, because there's 10 minutes left. Got all sorts that might be happening. Not with Chelsea, of course, but... For Chelsea, even on the outgoing side, we've not got any confirmation of Ben Chilwell. That might come later. We've not got anything with Sterling. Sterling's looking like he's staying. And Disasi might not be going anywhere, which is bizarre. Overall, though, we have to say, what a window. What a window. I want to ask you guys, put it in the chat. What are you rating this window? What are you rating this window? Not for Chelsea. I'm talking as a transfer window, as a whole. This window has been cinema. Absolute cinema, man. It's just been chaos. Left, right, and centre. We got 10s. 8s and 9s, a few 7s, 9.5s, 6 out of 10 for Chelsea, 9 out of 10 general. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just been chaos, hasn't it? Absolute carnage. We've had a lot of drama. There's been a lot of drama. Pure drama. You know, things that have changed, decisions that have gone left, you know, directions have shifted. It's just been chaos. Pure chaos. So, Yeah, you lot are... The consensus here is that it's all 7 and above, basically. Yeah. 7 and above. I agree. We have 7 minutes of the window left. 7 minutes, and I'm here trying to grasp all the last little bit of info that's out here and see what's going to be happening. Adrian, thank you very much. In future, we're going to look at this as good times. We might actually do that, you know, we might. You're not wrong. Saskia, thank you very much. Says, hey Younes, love from Cape Town, South Africa. Respect to South Africa. Get Man City on the line and demand a full refund for Sterling. No bargain here. We've been scammed, honestly. Yeah, we've been scammed. I was going to say maybe we haven't been scammed, but we've definitely got a bad deal. But no, we got scammed. For that much money, in terms of a salary, we got scammed. Joe, again, thank you very much, mate. If Delap doesn't get hurt and we sign Mignon, it's a 10. Oh, man, that would have banged. I agree. But again, it's like I said, we didn't get a goalkeeper because the eyes are on Mike Penders. They want Mike Penders to be the new number 1. So we will get more clarity on that next season. Ahmed says, do you think our success in the Club World Cup gave us unrealistic expectations for this season? To be in a title race comparing to other clubs' progress and window? No. Which team scares you right now? Many will say Liverpool. Apart from Liverpool, anyone else really scare you? Some will say Arsenal looks strong. But the problem with Arsenal is they got Arteta. That's their problem. City look a mess. Despite their spending. Despite their spending and despite what you expect from them, they're struggling. And they're struggling not because of the players they got in, they're struggling tactically. I think it's Pep. Right now, we can beat anyone. And it's like Chief has just said here. 8 out of 10, Liverpool overdid it with the spending. And that's a thing. I agree. Liverpool might have overdone it. They might have gone too far. You know, it's good to bring in a couple of really top players, but when you go a bit over the line, sometimes that can turn against you. But I think on a footballing level, now we're talking in terms of the way that we play. Maresca, the combinations. I think we can beat anybody. The only thing that we need is fitness. That's the only thing letting us down at the moment. We look like we look like we're slow out the blocks. If we sort that out, we can beat anyone. A lot of you saying Spurs. Spurs, the thing with Spurs is that we genuinely don't know what to expect from them. It's a big question mark because they've actually had a really good window. But Spurs is a massive... I mean, it's Spurs. You know, the history of the Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? So, we'll see what happens. But, no, I think we have what it takes to have a good season. I think the only thing we got to be careful of is managing the minutes of players and managing the fitness and the physical nature of the players and the squad. That's the only thing that I worry about. So, and to be fair, there's not much we can really do about that because we play the Club World Cup. Mitho Kosizi, thank you very much, my friend. I hope you're well. As Chelsea, our standards in the market have dropped drastically. Without Pedro, this is a 3 out of 10 in my view. But we got Pedro. Do you know what I mean? That he was part of the window. We can't pick and choose. We have to take everything as a whole collective. Pedro was one of them. Pedro was someone that I initially thought and went, you know what? Nah, I'm not so sure about this. And why? Because he was from Brighton. All of a sudden, you're kidding. Oh, okay. I'm going to show you what's just happened. And this is hilarious. Man United made an inquiry to loan Conor Gallagher. The approach was rejected. Atletico were never prepared to sanction a temporary move. United, you lot are funny. You lot are absolutely funny. We got 2 minutes left of the window. United are different, man. Honestly. No shame. And here we go. We've got the confirmation. Nico Jackson deal documents have just been signed, all sealed. He's a new FC Bayern player. Just in the nick of time. We've got 2 minutes left of this window. Congratulations to Nico Jackson, who has now officially left Chelsea Football Club. And he's on his way to Bayern Munich. Well, he's already in Bayern Munich. It's over. It's finally over. Crazy, isn't it? But yeah, United thinking they could get Galadog. Oh, we got Fabrice Hawkins here as well with news. Oh man, this is not gone good. Axel Disasi won't sign at West Ham. King Javi, thank you very much. Says, I find it mad that Chelsea didn't at least loan a defender. We're one injury away from a big problem. Our defenders are made of glass. I don't like these. You're technically not wrong there, mate. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Overall, you're not wrong. The thing is, Chelsea are on a bit of a tight thread here. If no one gets injured, we're absolutely okay. And if we do get injuries, we could be in big trouble. So it's a very, very fine line now. As we enter the last 60 seconds of the window. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for the window about to shut. The window is closed. The 2025 summer transfer window is officially shut. Game over. So there we are, guys. It's over. I'm actually kind of sad. That was a banging window overall, man. I mean, from a football perspective, what a window. What a window. The Saudi window is still open. So if anyone wants to keep this going, you can go to Saudi. I won't be covering that, let's be honest. But, oh well, unless if they try to pull off something mad, then I will cover it, of course. But the window is closed. Let me just have a look and see, has anything filtered through in the last moments? That is a good point. That is a good point. The window is closed in terms of business. But in terms of completing documentation, in terms of getting documents through, there is a 2-hour grace period for the Premier League where... for Premier League clubs, where things will be allowed to process, basically. But from now, no new deals can be done. Finished. Finished. So we haven't heard about anything. Nothing's happening. We don't know what's going on with Mark Gurhey. We don't know what's going on in terms of... well, confirmations really in terms of like Sterling, Chilwell. Isak hasn't been confirmed yet, but will do, I think. Our last hope of any of these players, as you guys have said, is Saudi. So if Saudi want to come in and get Raheem Sterling, then they got to make a move. What has Matisse done? What's he done? Okay, let's... He had that in the draft. He had that in the draft, didn't he? He absolutely did. What intro has he put? No, ready, Dan. Thank you very much. Saying proper Chelsea from India. What's your opinion on Chelsea's overall business in this window? I think we've done good business, but I think we've left ourselves thin. Now we're all praying there's no injuries. Like Juno said, now let's all pray we don't get any more injuries. It's exactly that. Mr. Penn, thoughts on George leaving? As you guys have said. Oh, hang on. Chilwell's gone! Oh, man. Strasbourg agreed they'll sign Ben Chilwell on a 2-year contract. Here we go. Medical done, and Chilwell joins ambitious project at Strasbourg with Liam Rosner with European football. He tried to make that sound better than what it was. Ahmed, finally now we can rest and think about football. Chilwell is gone. Yeah, Chilwell is gone. To Strasbourg. I wonder how we done that then. Honestly. What's happened with Wissa? Has he joined? So we still need confirmation. Oh! Apparently, Mark Gurhey might be staying at Crystal Palace. Rahman Osman is saying Mark Gurhey stays. But again, it's like I've said, we won't know for sure unless after the next 2 hours we get confirmation, because 2 hours for the deal sheets to go through, 2 hours for confirmations to go through, that is allowed by the Premier League. So yeah. Overall, in terms of Chelsea's window, I'm going to do a video on this properly, but overall, I think if we don't get any injuries, we're good. If we do get any injuries, I think we have enough cover, but except for the striker position, we're finished. We just have to pray João Pedro doesn't get hurt. It's as simple as that. João Pedro, our luck lies on that guy. Simple as that. We better pray. If he stays fit until Jan, we're good. If he doesn't, we're in trouble. Everywhere else, I think we've already gotten an indicator from the last 3 games of where things might be overall. Well, plus in midfield now we've got Buonanotte with us as well. So that's another man. Everything else has to be allowed to happen now. We just wait and see what goes down for the window. But Chilwell, on his way to Strasbourg, congratulations to him. He finally gets to play football. He finally gets to kick a ball. And he's still technically under the umbrella. He's not left. He's just gone to France, that's all. But he's still part of our slot. Do you know what I mean? So good luck to Chilwell. I hope he smashes it out there. And I hope he can revive himself properly out there. So there we are. That's the window, ladies and gentlemen. Later on, I will give you guys a video. We'll see what else transpires from now up until the deal sheets can no longer be put through. So the next 2 hours, we'll get confirmation. We'll see exactly what the situation is saying. And then I will give you guys a video and we'll narrow everything down. I'll give you my thoughts and I'll catch all of you then. So I just want to say again, thank you very much for joining me on this deadline day. We had a very good hour and a half or so. And I hope you lot have enjoyed it. Big up to you lot. Mytho Kasisi, thank you for becoming a member, my friend. Isaac, thank you for the super chat as well. Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to another video today. I haven't said that last bit in a while. I'll just go straight in because retention. Unfortunately, that's content. But it's been a banging window overall. For Chelsea, it's not been the best end. It hasn't. We just have to pray. But as Steve has put, big up Steve, yeah, an anticlimax. It's ended in an anticlimax for us. For the whole window though, what a window. What a window. I'm sure more will be coming that way, just like that in future. So Big up to JC. Pedro Neto can fill the position. Again, false 9. We might have to turn to it. We might have to. But there, guys, thank you all so much. Let me know your thoughts. I appreciate all of you in the comments, the contributions, the interaction. Thank you all so much. The subs, for all of your support as well. Thank you all so much. And I'll catch all of you later on, a couple of hours from now, for a brand new video. I'll see all of you then. The Carved Cells people in a bit. Take care and peace.